Everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto. I have got an insane pickups video for you guys today. So stick the kettle on, get yourself comfortable, and let's do it.
What you know about Retro Ghetto? Collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo. I'm a veteran at this, not a pro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto. Come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the Retro Ghetto.
Okay, I mean, the thumbnail is no lie. This is not clickbait. Some of these pickups I've got in the last couple of weeks have definitely been the best I've managed to do in 2020. I've got some really good stuff to show you. No 360, no PS3. Shout outs to Tutti UK. So yeah, let's crack on, shall we? As always, I like to start with like the bits and bobs that I pick up, the little toys and things that I put in the rooms you can see dotted around me. And if you've been watching the channel, you know how this goes. There's always some Street Fighter figures with an overfull Street Fighter shelf. So let's just go through these really quickly, shall we? This one here, Rosaurus. This is the only way that you can get this figure through Rosaurus. They're really old figures, these ones. There was Rosaurus and I think it's Jazz Juarez is how you pronounce it. And they were like the first Street Fighter action figures before the Sota days. At first I wasn't impressed, but some of the figures and some of the characters, it's the only way you can get them is via this line. And then this one came and I absolutely love this figure. I can't believe how big it is. I'm a huge fan of this character, and that is Sagat. Now this figure is very impressive. Now I know what you're thinking, why is Sagat black? I can't tell you the answer to that. I think, because this is the Player 2 version. It's a very rare figure in the UK, this one. Comes with its own stand as well, because these older figures don't stand up very well. So it goes on there nicely and it stands up pretty well with that. But yeah, getting back to Sagat's ethnicity, I think because it's the Player 2 variant, the skin was maybe a slightly darker shade on the game. So yeah, go figure. But I absolutely love this figure. You know, he's an epic character. He's huge, and I think that really comes across. So yeah, very nice addition. What will be an addition to the Street Fighter shelf once the shelf's made bigger. So there he is, Black Sagat. Okay, one last toy to show you. Now I picked this up a couple of weeks ago. So it's been a couple of weeks since I did my last pickups video, which is crazy considering how much stuff I've got. But I bought this on eBay sealed. Now I collect the Kid Robot minifigures. I'll put a little video down here now so you can just get an idea of what they are. Now this one's sealed. It was cheaper than you'd buy it for new in a shop. So they're about 7-8 quid depending on where you get it from. If you can find them, that is. I've only found them in a couple of Forbidden Planet stores around the UK. And this is the Street Fighter 5 ones. And these are all the characters you can get. And it tells you, look, what your chances of getting them are. So this has been staring at me for 2 weeks, guys. But I wanted to do a live unboxing. You know, we've been branching out on this channel. Should have got some white gloves. So yeah, let's tear into this now. Because honestly, I've been waiting to do this. See what we've got. I'm praying for a Dalsim. I don't think I've got the Ken either. There's a couple I haven't got, but I've got most of them, so. Oh no. I think I can feel what this is. Literally the last one I want. I've already got it. He's a shit character. It's not rare. I can't even remember his name. Right, that was worth waiting 2 weeks for. Let's move on, shall we? We can get into the good stuff now and get into the games. Plus, my missus only tends to watch these videos for a couple of minutes just to give me a courtesy view and like. So she'll have gone by now, so we can get into the expensive stuff. What I'll do is I'll start by showing you this. Now, I can't do it on camera now because it's too big. But this is a Standee from the Batman Arkham Knight game. Absolutely fantastic game, and I love this Standee. As anyone I've ever seen, I think it was in America. The chap who I bought it off is a Batman collector, and he said he got it in from America. It stands probably just shy of 6 foot, So it's almost life size, and I absolutely love this Standee. I can't wait to display this in the Retro Ghetto at some point. So you should be seeing some V-roll of that now. Hopefully that's doing it justice, because it's a lovely Standee. So yeah, really happy to have this one. I think off the top of my head it's about 2012, so it's a good few years old now. And like I say, it's the only one I've seen, so I was really happy to add it to the collection. The missus was not impressed, but what does she know? Right, so let's crack on, shall we? What else have I got down here? I've got a couple of little bits and bobs. Right. First thing I picked up was this Prince of Persia manual. Now, for you guys that have watched my last video, which was about my SNES collection, you'll have seen that there's 3 games I need for my Silver Konami set, Prince of Persia being one of them. So when I saw this manual on eBay and nobody bid on it, it cost me like 4 or 5 quid, I thought, you know what, pick this up now, because if a cheap one comes on eBay or it doesn't have the manual, or I played the CEX lottery, it can turn up without a manual and I'll have one to hand. So yeah, pick myself that up to hopefully complete it later on down the line. Okay, so this is a bit of a crazy one. This is my best ever charity shop find, and it's very unusual to find a game like this in a charity shop. So I've said a few times, there's a charity shop near where I work. They know what I'm about, they know what I want. I just walk in and sometimes I just shake the head, or sometimes say, yeah, we've had some stuff in. So basically they keep the games in the back for me. I go in and have first dibs, because I go in there, what, 4 or 5 times a week. So on this particular day, he goes, oh mate, I've got something for you. And I thought, great, 6 copies of FIFA 15 as usual. He goes, oh, I've got a Sega Saturn game. Is it a Saturn? I was like, yeah. So he went in the back. Now obviously I was intrigued at this point, because you don't see Saturn in a charity shop. I haven't. I've never seen a Sega Saturn game in a charity shop. But I expected it to be, you know, a relatively generic, cheap title. But anyway, pulls this out. Sonic R. Now, I'm not a massive Saturn guy. I don't have a Sega Saturn. I don't have a Saturn collection. But obviously I was intrigued. It was a Sonic title. It was all there. Quite hard to open these cases, aren't they, as well? So at first I thought it was fake, because I've only ever seen the Saturn, you know, with the cardboard cases. I'm not a pro, like, you know, shout out to Sega Zombie. A massive shout out to him for the shout out as well. If for any reason you're watching my channel and you don't know about Sega Zombie, check out his content, make sure you give him a sub, because it's a top bloke with top content. He's the expert when it comes to Sega stuff. So yeah, I got this, I opened it eventually. It's not easy to open, and it's all there, it's all complete, it's in nice condition. And then when I got out of the shop, paid $1.95 for it. I saw it was like 35 to 40 quid on eBay. So yeah, really happy with that. Probably the best find I've had at a charity shop that I can remember, certainly for one item. So yeah, very happy. And let me know in the comments, should I start collecting Sega Saturn? Is it worth me going down that rabbit hole? Or should I just ban this on eBay, make myself a bit of money back for all this stuff I'm swimming in around here? I actually messaged Sega Zombie when I found this, because I know as a man I'd appreciate it. And he said he's never seen Saturn in a charity shop either. So yeah, really happy with that. So I'll try and open it for you guys. There we go. Like I say, it's all there. It's all in good condition. So yeah, let me know. Should I be collecting Saturn? If so, what are the games to get for it? Let's pop that over there. Okay, so next we've got a couple of modern bits, or kind of modern. I picked up a couple of Switch games. This first game is Agolos, I think is how you pronounce it. So this is basically like a new retro game. This is an 8-bit game in the style of Alex Kidd. So it's like an action platformer, but with some Metroidvania elements, but also some RPG elements. And you know what? I think it says it takes about 7 to 8 hours to complete. It's good fun. It is what it is. It's very polished. Good little game. I've said before in my completion videos, I don't always want to be in a game for 30 hours. So these are the sort of games I like to pick up and play on a weeknight, blast through it in a few days. And I'm enjoying it at the minute. So yeah, another thing that made me want to pick this up is once upon a time this game was like, nobody wanted it. I don't know, 15 quid or so. But I think it was one of them ones that's relatively low print run, sold out everywhere, and people are starting to click onto it. So if you can see this game at a good price, pick it up now, because it's going for like 30 to 40 quid now. So yeah, it might be worth picking this one up, because I think later down the line people are going to be after this. And it's a good title. So yeah, Agolos, you might see this on my games completed video number 2 come the end of the year. And the other Switch game I got, random, the Survivalists. Now I saw a review on this and I think it's Switch Up. They've got really good content, those guys have. They review sort of all the Switch games, and I'm loving the Switch. As much as I'm retro at heart, the Switch is an absolutely fantastic console. And this is basically like, I think you're on a desert island or work to that effect. And you know, you have to do the old build and farm and all that kind of stuff. But also you can train monkeys, like monkey see, monkey do, and you can train them to like do the things that you're doing. So you get like a little army of monkeys. The music was fantastic based on the review, and they gave it a good score. And it just really intrigued me. And they had one copy at CEX, and I looked, and I had a voucher, like it was just for enough money. So I felt like it was meant to be. And plus, if it's shit, I can sell it for what I bought it for. And to be honest, I would pretty much be trading CEX trading credit for cash, like for like. So I can't really lose with it. But once I finish Agolos, I'm going to give this a blast. The Survivalists. Okay. We'll save that. Let me get into this. I've got one more modern game to show you. Or I say game. So this is Arkham Collection. We've already spoke about these games and Batman. Big fan. Now, this is the Steelbook. It's a Steelbook only. I don't have the games for it. I do have the game. But this, again, I don't know if this was a low print run or nobody bought it or what, but this Steelbook goes for 30, 40 quid on eBay. I've been looking for ages to find a decently priced one. And then I managed to get one without the game, so it was box only. It was like 10, 12 quid. And you know what? I can pick the Arkham Collection up. That's not a Steelbook in CEX for like, you know, similar sort of price with vouchers. So it was a win-win. Nice one to add to the collection, this, I think. As you can see, it's double disc, so it's one for the new games and then one for the classic collection. So yeah, I was happy to add that. I've been after that for a while, so I'll complete that at some point. Right, that's all the modern stuff done. Exhibit Water. Right, this next one's a crazy one. I finally had a win on Facebook Marketplace. I've been a bit put off by Facebook Marketplace as of late. The last time I found a good deal on there, I drove about 40 minutes out of my way, and then 5 minutes from there, you get that dreaded little alert tone, don't you? And you message her and you think, oh shit, and you know before you read it. Some dickhead had messaged her, said it's worth more, off of this, that and the other. Basically said, oh yeah, I can still sell you the bundle, but I'm taking this game out and this game out. Wasted over an hour of my time driving there and back for nothing. So it pisses you off. But finally, I've had a win on Facebook Marketplace. So I should be able to put up the advert now. Now it was listed for £75, which is not a bad price. I said to him, I'll give you 50. He said no. I said, no problem, mate. Enjoy your Sunday. Literally a minute later, I'll take 50. I was like, all right, sound. So I needed a Gamecube. And this one's nice because sometimes these get very yellow. I sold mine because I wasn't playing it, but I've recently started collecting Gamecube again, so I've been after one. So yeah, it's a nice Gamecube, nice and clean. It was very well looked after. It was an Eastern European guy that bought it off, and all his stuff was really clean. You know, sometimes you go to Facebook Marketplace, you feel like you have to have a shower when you get home. But this was a really nice pickup, nice bloke. Yeah, so it's a nice clean console. It came with a unofficial memory card, an official memory card still in its blister pack, 2 official controllers, one black, one indigo, and it came with 7 games. So I've got all this for 50 quid, and the games are some decent games as well. Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of the Cortex, Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart, that goes for decent money at CEX, that one. Never played it. Any of these games that were for play, let me know, because I didn't really get Gamecube when I was growing up. So a lot of these are a new entity to me. Here's one I do know. Spent a lot of hours on this one. Yeah, great game that. Bit of shelf filler. Worms 3D, I've never played a modern Worms game. Resident Evil 0. and Resident Evil 0. Resident Evil, sorry. So I banged all that into CEX online to see what it's worth, and you can see what is it worth, like 90 quid or something. But I'm not selling it. Basically what I did was I spent 50 quid. I've already sold this controller because I only need one. I ain't gonna be playing this 2-player, and I've sold this. Basically I've recouped like 30 quid. So all those games and the Gamecube and everything else cost me 20 quid. I mean, it's just a bargain, isn't it? So I was delighted with that. Like I said, I really have lost faith in Facebook Marketplace. I've had so many like bullshit interactions with people and getting screwed over, and people changing the mind when you're on your way. So it was nice. It's restored my faith in Facebook Marketplace, that one. Really happy with that. And now I can finally play the Paper Mario that I picked up a few weeks back on one of my pickups videos. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that. Right, okay. Got a couple of nice bits left now. For those of you that have watched my recent SNES collection video, you'll remember that I alluded to the fact that I'd got a new SNES game, a good one, a heavy hitter, but I didn't want to show it because I hadn't shown it on the pickups video yet. I've been after this for a while, really happy to get it. It's got the manual, and that is Super Turrican. This game has become quite valuable over time. And I've never played it, but it looks like my cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? It looks like something I would enjoy playing. Interestingly enough, what I do have up here, let me just see if I can grab it. Yeah, what I do have is a box here for the director's cut of Super Turrican. Now the way you get this is by a Super NT. That's by a company called Analog, and basically it allows you to play Super Nintendo games through HDMI. It upscales it. It's a really nice piece of kit. Somebody who's probably got a review on YouTube that knows far more about the technical side of it than I do. They're not cheap. To get one from America, you're looking at probably 250 to 300 quid. It's a lovely piece of kit. But yeah, it's got the games built into it, and then like it gives you one of these boxes with it. So it's just an empty box, but I thought it's pretty cool. So yes, now I've got the pair. And then I still need Turrican 2, which also runs for a lot of money. So one day I'll get around to that. And the box ain't in bad condition either. So yeah, we'll take that. Nice addition. Okay, so I think this is the last thing. Yeah, I say the best to last. This for me is a grail, yeah? Everyone chucks around the term grail, don't they? Everything's a grail these days, but this is something I've genuinely wanted for years and never see it. I think I've said before, I get more excited about promotional items and things than I do games themselves. I love games, I love playing them, but there's just something about promotional pieces. I think it's because you're not supposed to own them, stores are supposed to discard them, and you can't just buy it. Pretty much any game, if you want it, if you've got the money, you can buy it. Whereas some promotional pieces and some standees, especially from years ago, it's not that simple. It's very rare they come available, so when they do, you have to jump on it. Now, this came on eBay, and I was winning the eBay auction all the way through. I usually bid at the end, but I thought, no, I'm having this. I don't care, I'm having it, right? So with about 20 seconds to go, I was winning it with 25 quid. Now, I knew it weren't going to go for 25 quid. So I just thought, right, I'm definitely winning it. So I think I whacked in like 135 quid or something, just to make sure it was mine. With a second to go, I got that bid. Honestly, I was gutted. I don't know if that's ever happened to any of you guys, but I had that non-buyer's remorse, and God, it was hurting me because it's the only one I'd ever seen. So I reached out to the community. I put a plea out there. I put it on all the major Facebook groups. A picture of it. I said, look, just missed out on this. Has anybody got one? And then the hero that is Dave Mohammed, he shouted to you, sir, and messaged me, said, I've got one. What did it sell for? He was quite shocked by how much it sold for. He said, give me a couple of days, let me dig mine out. He sold it to me for less than the one on eBay went for. I still had to pay for it. But here we go, let me just show you. And I'm so happy to own this. So this is Marvel versus Capcom 2. I mean, look at the artwork on this, guys. So we've got Jill Valentine, Ryu, Guile, and the Marvel characters at the bottom: Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine. And as you can see, the PlayStation 2, Xbox era. Oh my! I'm in love with this thing. Some people, this is probably a piece of cardboard. I get it. You know, it's not for everybody, but I love the artwork. I love my promotional pieces, as I've already said. And for me, it's as much about creating a nice display and enjoying your room as much as it is having the games to play. And my standees are a big part of that. I might actually do a standees video one day, because I've got so many. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. But yeah, this is one of my favourites, guys. I absolutely love this. What's the date on it? 2002. So, I mean, you know, it was 20 years old. It's got the odd bit of nicks and wear on the corners, but I mean, for 20 years old, piece of cardboard, I'd take that all day. So absolutely delighted with this. I mean, I love Capcom, I love Marvel, the crossover appeal, plus it's a flipping great game. You know, this is probably the best Marvel versus Capcom game there is. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, as you guys know. So yeah, I was absolutely delighted with that. And that, I think, is it. So that's everything I've got in the last 2 weeks, which is crazy. The amount of stuff and good stuff I've been able to get in the last fortnight. What I would also like to say is a massive shout out to any new viewers. My last video seemed to do quite well. Seemed to be a lot of subscribers, a lot of interaction. A lot of people came courtesy of Sega Zombie. So I just want to salute every one of you. Much appreciated. Always welcome new viewers here at the channel. And yeah. You know, the channel's growing and I love that. I love building a little community with you guys. I love that people keep messaging me. It really means a lot. You know, I live with a 2-year-old and at the moment he's not interested. My missus, she thinks it's all plastic and cardboard. So, you know, it's really nice to have that interaction with you guys. Any questions or anything you'd like to see, just drop it in the comments. And thank you for watching. Keep it retro and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Retro Ghetto.